Good morning. Good morning. I am Ryan Bowling. Look, I want to get right down to it. I was reading an article from the Epoch Times that, once again, blew my mind about what these socialists are really trying to do. And it's in reference to more regulations about gun control, right? The Democrats is always about controlling guns for the protection and safety of America. So listen, I'm going to read this article. It's a pretty short article. I'm going to read this article to you so you can get the full details. And then after I read that article, I'm going to give you what I really believe this is all about. It's not about protecting human life. It's not about that. It's about stripping guns from Americans because they know that they can't just come forcefully take these guns. But I'm not going to go too far ahead in it because I'm pretty stirred up right now because I'm so leery and sick of these lies and manipulations by these far leftist Democrats. So I'm going to go right into this right now. It's from the Epoch Times, and the title of the article is DOJ announces new rule for firearm safety and storage. The Department of Justice on January 3rd announced a new rule for firearm safety and storage set to take effect on February the 3rd. Get ready, y'all. The new rule implements the existing Gun Control Act requirement that imposes strict licensing and regulation on the firearms industry and states that federal firearms licensees that sell firearms to the general public must certify that they have available secure gun storage or safety device. Really? The Act defines secure gun storage or safety device as, quote, a device that, when installed on the firearm, is designed to prevent the firearm from being operated without first deactivating the device. A device incorporated into the design of the firearm that is designed the firearm that is designed to prevent the operation of the firearm by anyone not having access to the device. And a safe gun case, lockdown, or other device that is designed to be or can be used to store a firearm and that is designed to be unlocked only by means of a key, a combination, or other similar means. All this stuff you got to remember. You got to remember all this crap. By the time you get through remembering all this nonsense, you can be like, Dad, what was I supposed to be doing? Oh, I was supposed to be buying a gun. People crazy. Not all devices are compatible with varying types of firearms. Therefore, integral to the new rule is the requirement that FFLs have available secure gun storage options that are compatible with the firearms they are selling, the DOJ said. In addition, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives also published a best practices guide for FFLs. The guide is designed to assist FFLs in complying with all required firearm laws and regulations that are designed to ensure public safety and the traceability of firearms, and encourage them to provide customers with ATF publications to help firearms owners better understand their legal obligations, along with the practical steps they can take to ensure firearms are kept away from prohibited persons and ensure the safe storage of firearms. Baloney. That's my word, baloney. According to a November Gallup poll, support for stricter gun control across the United States fell by 15% points to 52% in the past 5 years. That lets you know everybody ain't for this nonsense. Meanwhile, 35% of American adults believe laws covering the sale of firearms should be kept as they are currently, while 11% favor less strict laws. A decline in support for stricter gun laws last year came amid a partisan divide on the issue, with 91% of Democrats, of course, and only 24% of Republicans supporting stricter laws. The DOJ's enhanced storage rules come shortly after it was reported that the alleged shooter at Oxford High School in Michigan in November 2021 was said to have acquired the gun he used from an unlocked drawer, as if that's justification for making stricter gun laws. I don't want to go too far ahead of it, but come on, man, really, you really, because he found it in an unlocked drawer law, so that's reason to make stricter gun laws on law-abiding citizens. But I'm gonna get into that. Ethan Crumley, 15, opened fire at the high school in Oxford on November 30th. The shooting left 4 students dead and 7 people wounded. Prosecutors allege his parents violated the law by purchasing the gun used in the shooting for their son and keeping it in a drawer that was unlocked. Today's announcement builds on the department's efforts to reduce the risk of firearms falling into the wrong hands, said Attorney General Merrick B. Garland of the DOJ's announcement. Gun safety is a Department of Justice priority, and we will continue to take all appropriate steps to help reduce the number of people killed and injured by the misuse of firearms. And closing right there. Now listen, I joke, but I joke. I do. Look, there should be safety measures when it comes to firearms. You shouldn't be willy-nilly with it. And those who are law-abiding citizens shouldn't just be like, well, I don't care about whatever they say. We should practice safe gun procedures. It's not the wild, wild west where you just go around buying guns. You don't have safeties. You don't keep it stored. And in this situation, it was a very unfortunate situation. My prayers go out to the families and so forth of the lost loved ones. I'm in no way putting that down or ridiculing that in any way. But what I wanted, so my prayers go out to them. I do believe in gun safety. But what I want to talk about here is what I personally believe, knowing what I know about infiltration of socialism and many of these Democrats having far leftist ideologies and far leftist views, and how when communists infiltrate countries, one of the first things they do is take the guns and weapons from the citizens. Why do they do that? They do that because that way the citizens cannot defend themselves against a tyrannical government. They don't do it because they're trying to protect the citizens from crime. Crime goes up. Are you kidding me? Crime goes up. Do you think? Let me calm down. Criminals do not get their guns legally for the most part. What I believe this is socialists who have infiltrated our government on the local, state, and federal level, who know they cannot forcefully take our guns from us. They can't do that because the Bill of Rights provides that we have the right to own firearms. They can't do that. If they could, they would, but they can't. Politicians have said they wanted to do it. They wanted to take the guns. They said, I'm going to take, I forget that politician, I forget his name, who was running for president campaigning for the president in 2020. That guy made my stomach curl in knots every time he would talk. He was adamant about getting rid of guns. And if he was able to do so, he would have. I really believe he would have. You know, they can't forcefully take our guns. So what they do, they go around the back door. What I believe that they're doing, okay, a little bit at a time without people paying attention, is creating laws and guidance and ordinances that are so numerous and so strenuous and so many and so detailed that those who want to purchase guns will get discouraged and say, what's the point in purchasing a gun? I got to go through all of this kind of stuff. I got to have safety measures. I got to have a reassure the person that I'm buying the gun from that I have to put it in a safe place and lock it. First of all, let's be realistic. If you have a gun, and I understand safety is first, you have to be safe about it. You should put the gun somewhere where it's safe, where kids can't get to it, obviously. But let's be realistic. You have the gun to protect you and your family from intruders, right? Okay, that's common sense. Intruder comes in your house, you're in your bedroom. Your gun is in your top dresser drawer, but it's locked. So now you got to wake up, tiptoe to the dresser, hoping that the criminal don't find out you up there. Your wife or your husband sitting in bed, whatever the case may be, and you got to find the key because your lights are probably off. So you got to find the key and flip around with the key, or at least remember where it's at, unlock it, take it out. By the time you do that, the criminal probably be upstairs and shooting you and everybody in the house. See, all of these different laws and rules and regulations, I believe, are designed to discourage law-abiding citizens from buying weapons because they can't forcefully take the guns from you. That's against the Constitution. That's against the Bill of Rights. They can't do that. It's protected. So they got to come around. See, the devil tricky. He has to come around and use stealth to do it. So that's what I believe is going on right now. But I'm not falling for it, and I'm exposing it. Okay, let's be realistic, people. And I said this before. Criminals do not get their guns lawfully. I was talking to someone like that. I was telling someone that several years ago in my church. He's one of these. He means well. He means well. God, he means well. But he's one of these, which I believe is one of these deceived individuals who've been deceived by the left that thinks we need stricter gun laws. That we need stricter gun laws. We need to make these guns, and we do need gun laws in place. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we don't need any gun laws in place. Come on now. I said that earlier in the introduction of this video. I don't believe we shouldn't have any gun laws. We should. But I find it interesting that cities like Chicago and New York and other far leftist cities have some of the strictest gun laws, but have some of the highest levels of gun violence. Now, if these strict gun laws were supposed to, the objective was to prevent gun violence, then why do they have the highest forms, the highest levels of gun violence? I'll wait. Now, I was telling someone the same situation in my church, telling her the same thing. I think we should have stricter gun laws. And I challenged her. I said, okay. And I gave her the same example that I gave here, or I'm giving here. The cities that have the highest, the strictest gun laws have the highest levels of gun violence. And here's the reason why I believe that is because when you have these real strict laws, it's harder for law-abiding citizens to get guns. So while they're waiting around with all this legalization and red tape to get their guns, the criminals are like, and they getting the guns in the black market and shooting up everybody. While you waiting to get your guns legally, because you got to go through all this red tape, blue tape, black tape, and pink tape, and whatever kind of tape, they're doing their thing. The criminals and the evil ones and the bad guys are doing their thing, man. That's why I believe it's higher levels of violence, higher levels of gun violence in these cities and states that have the strictest gun laws. Strict gun laws does not prevent anything, it seems clear to me. We need gun laws in place, but what we need to do is leave people alone. I know what you're doing, socialists. You're trying to come behind the back door and take our guns through stealth and deception, but you a lie. I know what you're doing. But I just wanted to say that up front. Wanted to read that article to you guys. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that there should be stricter gun laws on a national level? Do you think that, like I said earlier, I believe in strict gun laws, but do you believe that we should have this kind of stuff going on? Do you believe that there should be more strict gun laws? You know, what do you think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, share this video, and subscribe. God bless you all, and see you again.